Hello there, Capricorn, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. Today I have your astrology reading for the month. This is a once a month reading that I do to let you know what the theme is for your growth, what the situation is with you right now, and how you can best navigate through this time. If you go to the description below, you'll see all sorts of links to my extendeds, as well as website and ways to get in touch if you'd like a one-on-one reading. So let's get these cards ready. Please forgive this very stark background behind me. We just moved and I haven't quite gotten around to decorating yet. So hopefully in the coming weeks there'll be something more interesting behind me. Okay, so I want to get a read for the big theme for you this month, Capricorn, big theme. Okay, so from the 4 Hexa deck, we are looking at 7 of Fire, and it came out reversed, and I don't usually read reversals, but because it came out reversed, I'm thinking that this month for you, Capricorn, is really about overcoming obstacles and doing well in them, getting them neutralized. And so if you find yourself in this upright position where you keep hitting obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, just know that your theme for this month is about your eventual victory or eventual triumph over them. And you can't have victory or triumph unless you have the obstacle, right? So that's why you may feel like you just keep hitting one thorn bush after another, keep walking into this and then walking into that. Really, we're in this mode of overcoming, and this kind of makes a really interesting shape, doesn't it? It's almost like a flame, it comes up small and then it gets bigger. So this is about the accumulation of power, the accumulation of confidence in your ability to get through a lot of these obstacles that may have been stoppers for you in the past or may have kept you feeling discouraged. Okay, you're getting some real purchase on your way through. All right, so which deck now? I'm going to stay in this one. And let's just see what the situation is. What's the situation around Capricorn right now? What do they need to be aware of? All right, I may just keep drawing cards until we get into a flow. 6 of Air, the Tower, okay, and Death. Death is looking at the Tower. That's an interesting orientation there. And now this is like a natural progression of things where Death shows us the way through, that we're no longer in a state where we can stay. And then the Tower helps us shift through that energy, and then as it breaks things down, it breaks down the old to let the new come up. And then we've got the 6 of Air coming out, and I keep getting the word emotional. So a lot of these challenges that you have been facing, Capricorn, are actually about emotional challenges. And even though they may look like they're something happening in your actual world, it's through the emotional processing of it that things are very difficult. Okay, I want to clarify these two a little bit more. Can you tell me more about the Death and the Tower? I'm getting that those 2 cards for you, Capricorn, are representing a true ending. So that's a fascinating thing to think about, because there are many endings every day. The day ends, in fact, the night ends, this part of the day ends, but this is a true ending. So if you have been working on yourself, if you have been really going inside and doing the work to release old patterns that don't work for you, doing the work to cleanse and to purge old attachments, this is really the strong ending coming for you, a true ending. And it's interesting that my guides gave me the word true, because false. False is the opposite of true. And so it's kind of like on this journey, you're tested with the same ending a lot. And a lot of times, especially early on, we don't say yes to the ending. We say, maybe I could sort of end it, right? So, if I stop calling the friend, I can still look at their Instagram. Or maybe if I just stop talking to them as much, it's okay. So that's a false ending. If you're being told, no, this person is toxic, you need to walk away, those are false endings. But now we're at a true ending. And when we have a true ending, we can have a true beginning. And that is very encouraging, especially Capricorn, in the midst of all these obstacles that you find yourself in, that you're on the way to paving a new beginning, a true one, which means that none of the old follows you. And I feel like that's really what's going on here, is that none of the old will follow you if you have been doing everything you can to make that true ending. I want to get an idea of where this is taking place. Can you show me where? Okay. We are getting the moon and the Princess of Cups. All right, they can't be more specific, right? Moon and Princess of Cups. Again, this is emotional. So emotional attachments, emotional relationships. There may be some mother issues going on here with the Moon card coming up. Into the Princess of Cups is interesting because that's kind of like mother-daughter. And we're talking about the lineage of emotional attachment and connection. And I am getting a validation that this is about the mother. And man, that's a whole video that we could go on for about 4 hours about. But what exactly, can you show me what exactly we're releasing from the mother? What is being released from the mother so that we can go into this new beginning? Okay, the Star. So some inner healing, and the Two of Earth. So you're coming back into balance in your physical body. All right. So even though this is about emotional release, the emotional letting go of a negative mother or a negative mother issue, a toxic, critical mother issue, that you're actually going to see this coming into play in your body. So I know I've watched some videos and I've experienced this myself, that right now a lot of us are feeling incredibly tired. One reader described, or one psychic, she described it as bone tired, and I thought that was such a good phrase because it does feel like it goes way deep inside. So we're in this healing space, and your body is healing, your actual cells are healing from this emotional release. A lot of us don't realize how much emotion is stored in cells. We talk a lot about cell memory, and that's a lovely concept to talk about with the Moon card. Cell memory, that your cells remember things more than we consciously do. You can carry these memories from lifetime to lifetime. But when you fully release emotional attachments to toxic people or toxic behaviors, the toxic critical mother, the toxic unmothered mother who doesn't know how to love her children unconditionally. When we release attachment to that, it gives our cells breathing room. That emotional energy was maybe putting pressure on our cells, but when you release that, the cell can finally expand and it can regenerate in a healthy way. The way it was looking before is that emotional energy was pushing on the cells and almost distorting them. And then the cells are regenerating, recreating distorted cells. And that might be also why we're drawn to the same emotional patterns over and over, or we're drawn to people that help us replicate those patterns, because it's literally sitting in our cells, and our cells are mistakenly saying to us, this is what I need to be healthy. No, this is what I need to be normal. This is what I need to function, but it's not health. That's not the same thing. Right here, we have health coming back to you. And so the more you allow yourself to emotionally release these issues, the more physical health you find yourself having. Okay, so there anything else that we need to cover in this before we jump to the extended? Now, I won't say necessarily that we're going to go deeper. We might go deeper, but we're going to go farther into these issues. And so extended reading is just bigger reading, more cards, more information. So if you're kind of confused or you're not sure, that's what extended is. We grow upon what we've started in this reading. But let me see, is there anything else? Let's go back to the Seven of Fire. Now, funny, she's battling multiple monsters, and this one has 6 arms going on. So what's the message there? Because there's one more monster than his arm. Okay, so you may be feeling disarmed. That's funny. That's a funny word. Disarmed, like you don't have enough arms to handle what's going on. And so that is a little piece of advice and permission to make sure that you're taking time out from the battles to self-nurture, to meditate, take walks, eat right, go to bed early, take baths, you know, those kind of things, those physical things that you can do for yourself, because you don't have enough limbs right now to handle absolutely everything. Okay, so it's really hard to remember, because when we're in the midst of all this battle and drama, there's a lot of adrenaline going, and the last thing adrenaline wants to do is stop. But you've got to take some time to stop and make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you'll be fresh to fight that next battle. Really deep healing going on, okay? And I want to go even further into this mother issue so we can see exactly what's going on. Most of us are dealing with mother issues, but it's going to be a little different for everyone. So we're going to go there. We're also going to just flow and see where the cards want to take us. So if you'd like to follow me over there, feel free. The link is in the description below. All you have to do is click on the first link you see, and then it'll take you straight to the extended. If not, I'll see you again soon for a different kind of reading on the channel. Have a good one.